On the surface, being part of the Fast and Furious franchise's cast looks like an actor's dream job. However, there are rules all of the cast must follow during filming before they become part of the cast group, and even after the movie has finished filming and was released. And today, we're going to talk about just that. With the 9th installment of the franchise coming so soon, we'll take a look at what rules the cast of the Fast and Furious must follow. Enjoy! No spoilers. This should go without saying, as it's the most negative, disrespectful thing you can do as an actor, and spoil some crucial moments of the film or the series. And the same goes for the Fast and Furious cast group. And that there are no tolerations for any spoilers released, one of the most basic rules every cast must follow, but also one of the harshest ones if you manage to break it. With that out of the way, let's continue with the more specific ones connected to this particular franchise, which has been running for almost 20 years.
This is gonna have to be me alone.
It's not that simple. The crew we're after.
First things first, you can't just show up on set and not know how to drive, when the whole franchise is based on that. Whether the actors have a driving license or not, they all go to driving school. Rumor has it, some of the top stars of the franchise even had the privilege of driving Formula 1 cars. The stars we're talking about were Michelle Rodriguez, Paul Walker, Jordana Brewster, and Vin Diesel. Though it seems less necessary these days as the franchise shifted more to the action side of things rather than the street racing scene, then again, still the feature of cars is immense.
What's up? License and registration, please!
The actors don't always get to interact with all the cars we drool over on the big screen. From a practical point, it would be too dangerous driving at 100 miles per hour in the middle of the city, right? So the filmmakers got an idea. Mick Rogers, the stunt director of the franchise, got a chassis that the crew could swap out with different car bodies, thus allowing the actors to act like they were driving in the setup instead of the real thing. This rule must have been the hardest to follow for Paul Walker, as he's one of the biggest car enthusiasts in the world, especially if we take a look into his collection that he owns.
What are you doing?
We previously mentioned how they all went to a driving school, both those who had driver's licenses and those who didn't. Well, they had to pass the driving license test to be part of the cast eventually, before the film starts shooting. Two of the main characters who didn't have a driving license were Jordana Brewster and Michelle Rodriguez. Now yes, you don't have to be a certified astronaut to play one. In this franchise, if you want to be a part of the cast group, you definitely need a driving license.
Where's that smile? There it is.
It has been widely known that Dwayne Johnson had issues with Vin Diesel, who not only stars in the movies, but also acts as an executive producer of the same. And he had made some changes to the filming schedule, even going so far to even cancel some of Johnson's scenes. But after the dust settled, they both had a personal meeting behind closed doors to hash things out and managed to find the same language and a roof to work under. And this rule should go for any series or movie, as it spreads negativity to the public if it's not done off the main stage. It may sound basic for the cast to not know what is going to happen in the future for their characters, but after Letty getting the news of her character's unfortunate end in the 4th installment, she found out of her comeback just like every one of us did, in the theater, at the end of the Fast 5 movie. And under a contract agreement, the actors have to follow their character's direction even if it comes with a pause of some installments in between, no matter what.
Do that, don't do that to me right now. I cannot take that right. Come on, Ray, do it!
Remember Ja Rule for the first movie? Yeah, we don't either, because his film career faded into obscurity and mostly because of his ego. There's a reason he didn't come back for the sequel, and the reason was him being a little bit egoistic, and according to him, too big for a role in the movie, and thus Ludacris got the call from John Singleton, and it probably panned out better, as Ludacris is playing the role of Tej, the brain behind the scenes, to perfection. Ja Rule's acting being too big for the film series was what got him kicked out, and frankly enough, nobody wants a big ego person on set, right? The Fast and Furious cast has long, detailed contracts in which wishes from the studios are put in detail, And in these contracts, one of the rules says that all the work they have to do after they're finished with acting, and that is going on press tours around the world, making public appearances, and attend premieres, of course. A relief is that they don't have to act and stay in character during these times, as they can be honest with the crowd and maybe share a story or two from the shoot. An important rule they have to follow if they want their paychecks. Seeing how the franchise has grown over the years and the number of projects done, it is no surprise that many of the cast members had to sign multiple film contracts. This rule has both good and bad things behind it. The good thing is that they don't have to look forward to other work. They're settled. And the bad thing is that it will eventually take up more of their lives and prevent them from taking on other roles. Over the course of the whole film series, many crazy cars were built for them, and some of the cast members are even lucky enough to have scenes where they actually work with rare, well-known cars for hours at a time. However, they can't get too attached to them, and it is very easy to trust us. Some of them are just too gorgeous. And they can be attached because at some point the filmmakers may decide to destroy a certain vehicle after shooting has wrapped. This was also the case as to prevent fans from using the cars to recreate any dangerous scenes from the movies at home. The Fast and Furious movies offer the fans cool cars, beautiful actresses, and of course thrilling action sequences that are just over the top. Planning out a complex fight scene or a freeway chase might take the filmmakers months to make, both of which might include hand-to-hand combat between two or more characters. Thus, all of the characters are required to learn the set fight choreography and pull off stunts. Many of the stunts on the big screen were done by the real actors and not stunt doubles, and if the actors are not up to it, they would not even last a day on the set of the Fast and Furious movies. And last but not the least, the cast members have to be willing to travel to exotic locations, and this rule is probably the easiest for all of the cast members to follow. Because let's face it, everyone would want to visit an exotic location in their lives, right? With the magic of movie making, film studios are able to recreate any place they desire in a large room surrounded by 4 walls. However, this is not the case for this franchise. It's very different. They travel to exotic locations around the world, the real deal. And actors have to get used to traveling around the globe constantly.
Sexy legs, baby girl. What time do they open?
They open the same time.
On a related note, tell us down in the comments below which of these rules surprised you the most and why. And also don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon if you'd like to see more videos like this in the future. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.